You know, I was a slave when I was a little girl, before I got free. Sort of full circle, I guess.
Many of your people are born into slavery. Is that what happened to you?
Near enough. My mother and sister and I were grabbed when I was little. I don't remember much of it. We worked the mines on Ryloth. Then they separated us. I got sold to a Rhodian, then a Hutt. Then some sort of weird three-eyed thing.
I'm guessing your masters found you more trouble than you were worth.
Ha ha. Yeah. So I was never gonna get Slave of the Year. Anyway, I guess you know you've moved around too much when a Sith ship starts to feel like home.
You've learned to be adaptable. That's a good thing.
Make the best of it? Yeah. Thanks for the talk. Have you ever heard of Nock Draen? Pirate. Terrified the criminal world for a few decades.
We didn't study many pirates in the academy.
He wasn't just a pirate, he was the pirate. Galaxy's most wanted and all that. Nock Draen was the most famous killer in the galaxy. But he set me free. I was still slaving it up for Three Eyes when he crossed Nock. Or maybe he just had something Nock wanted. I never did ask.
Did any of the gang survive the encounter?
You mean anyone that wasn't owned as property? No, they did not. I'm still not sure how Nock got his speeders into the camp. One minute they weren't there, and then they were. He was ruthless, but not a thug, you know? Sort of a pirate prince. Freed all the slaves, and told them they could join up, or go their own way.
I assume you saw the opportunity for plunder and seized it.
Well, I wasn't gonna go wander off on whatever waste of a planet we were on. I was the smallest on the crew, and mining had taught me to fit in tight spaces. Nock's crew showed me how to steal. For a long time, I didn't feel bad about stealing. So much had been taken from me.
Even the small action of taking gave you control of your life. That is everything.
Well, it's a long time ago anyway. Let's get back to work, yeah? What does family mean to you? I mean, does it have to be the people you're actually related to?
Bloodlines are what define us. That is family.
I don't know. Maybe. I suppose my mother and sister will always be the most important. When I was working for Nock Draen, doing the pirate thief thing, he had a daughter my age, Risha. It wasn't like Nock was super sweet to her or anything. But he'd call her princess, and I wished I was her.
You've only spoken of a mother and sister. What happened to your father?
Dead, enslaved, disappeared. We never really knew. Maybe that's why I wanted to be Risha. Risha was smart and strong. She knew how to do everything around the ship. And I went everywhere with her. Suddenly I had a sister again. For years it was Risha and me against the galaxy and anyone who gave us grief.
I assume you failed to follow her father's orders and destroyed your relationship.
No. Just forget it. You wouldn't understand. You know, I never thought much about being a Twi'lek when I was younger. Even on Ryloth, there were lots of other types of people. As far as I could tell, people like me were just the ones who made the best slaves. Wasn't much to be proud of, you know?
Every species has a place in the Empire. Twi'lek exist to be in service to their superiors.
Every time I think there's a person under all that Sith, I get a nice sharp reminder. Sheesh.
Sometimes the old training dies hard. I did not mean it.
I guess we all have to live with what we are. When I left Nock Draen's gang, I joined up with a group of Twi'lek artifact hunters. They were all young too, full of fire and Twi'lek pride. Out trying to recover our heritage.
So it wasn't just about stealing anything they could get their hands on. They wanted Twi'lek historical pieces.
Well, sometimes they took other jobs to pay the bills. But it really was about returning Twi'lek artifacts to Twi'lek owners. I made friends in the new gang. But it wasn't until we did our first job together that we were family. There was this rich Duras scumball, Bliss. Obsessed with Twi'lek women, artifacts, clothes, anything. We took him for everything he was worth.
You said he was obsessed with Twi'lek women. Did you have to rescue people along with the loot?
Yeah, and some of them weren't exactly in great shape. Wasn't much better than Korriban, and they'd been there a while. Anyway, we were flying high. Did a couple more jobs together. Then came Korriban. And I guess you know how that ended up. You're never gonna guess what I've been doing. No, don't try. I'll tell you. In between jumps, I've been checking holo frequencies, and I found the old gang. They're on Nar Shaddaa. They weren't leaving messages for me in the old spots. I thought they got themselves caught, or dead, or something.
Did it ever occur to you that they didn't want to hear from you again?
No, it didn't occur to me. Old gang's been on the run since I've been gone. Apparently our mysterious informant for the Korriban job was that scumsucker Bliss. Bliss sure got revenge for the job we pulled on him. Fake mission, fake cover story. I'm thrown in the slave pens, and he hits the gang hard.
So you could say he was our matchmaker?
You were so weird. Once they escaped the mercenaries, Taunt and what's left of the old gang spent their last credits tracking Bliss's movements. That Duros snake has managed to get his hands on the Star of Kalaun. It's a priceless piece of Twi'lek history. I want to get it back.
We'll find this Duros and make him pay for every slight against you and yours.
You're fantastic! Bliss is at the spaceport on Nar Shaddaa, trying to line up a buyer. I'll send a message that we're coming. Make us out to be interested buyers. Oh, and I'll tell the gang to get ready to receive the artifact. Bliss has some famous Kalish bodyguard they call the Virus working for him these days. But that's not gonna worry you, is it?